Hey everyone, it's Miriam, Director of Team Classy and Sassy. I just wanted to give you all a little recap of the presentation on recruiting packets that I did at Scentsy World Tour in Dallas. Had a really great response, and I thought I should share that with you for those of you that were unable to attend. So recruiting packets, all it is a little folder filled with information that I take with me everywhere. I keep one in my car, I keep one in my purse, just in case I run into somebody who I think would make a great Scentsy consultant. I can just hand it over to them, and they've got a packet chock full of information. These are the folders that I am currently using for my recruiting packets. They are available in the Scentsy Family Store. They are actually included in the 10% off sale that we're having right now. So I want to say you get a package of about 5 of them for about $2.50. You do not have to use this folder. You can use any kind of folder. You can use an envelope. You can use a folder you steal out of your kid's backpack. I don't care. You can just stick send to the month stickers on it. It'll be the best smelling folder they have ever seen in their entire life. The only requirement that I have about this folder is that every single item that is inside this folder has to have a label with your contact information on it. Why is that? Because if you happen to hand this to somebody while she is walking around in Target and she has her screaming 3-year-old with her, and the screaming 3-year-old just really wants that folder, you know she's going to give this to the screaming 3-year-old, so he'll stop screaming. So she gives this to the 3-year-old. 3-year-old then proceeds to chew it and eat it up. It ends up in the backseat of her car, and she forgets about it, and she never sees it again until she cleans the car, which would be many, many months later for me. And all she finds is this. And she says, "Oh, wow, that's a really cute warmer, and man, that smells really good." And if your sticker was not on this flyer, do you know what she's going to do? She's going to jump on the consultant locator and order or join with the first consultant that pops up who she may not even know. And then you're going to see her post on Facebook that she's now a Scentsy consultant, and you are going to hate your life. So do yourself a favor, and every single item that goes into that folder has your name on it. I don't care how. I don't care if you write your name and your phone number, sticker, whatever, staple a business card, contact info on the flyer, on whatever paper. Do it. So I am going to go through each and every item that I have in this folder and explain to you why I keep that in there. First off, I always like to have a join flyer in my folder. Why is that? Because it is just a really great informative tool that's got what it's like to be a Scentsy consultant. It's beautiful, it's colorful, it's bright. This is even the old flyer. Scentsy has a new flyer out that even includes the compensation plan on the inside. So until I run out of these, I'm going to continue to use these, and I just include a printout from the resources tab with the compensation plan. Note, sticker, very important. Whenever I hand this out, I always tell people there is a copy of the compensation plan. Please, please, please don't get intimidated by it. For some reason, some people are really, really, really intimidated by charts and graphs. I am one of those people. So in the event that I'm giving this to somebody that is intimidated by charts and graphs, I always tell them there's a copy of the compensation plan in there. If for some reason it freaks you out and you want to know more about compensation, just text me or call me, whatever. I will simplify it for you. But at first glance, this is a little scary. So I kind of try to give them a heads up. Another thing that I include is a small gift. People love free stuff, guys. And if you are walking up to somebody and you tell them, "Hey, I think you would make a fantastic Scentsy consultant," and they say no, they don't want your recruiting packet, they don't want to have anything to do with your recruiting packet. If you tell them, "Okay, so you might not be interested right now, but there is a small gift inside that you can keep. It's completely yours. Take it out. Do whatever you want with it, and if you ever meet somebody that you think would be interested in joining Scentsy, you can give them this packet and tell them to contact me." very few people are going to refuse a free gift. And now that you've told them that there is a free gift inside, they are going to actually have to physically open the packet to see what your free gift is. Hopefully now that she's opened the packet, she's going to be a little more intrigued and see the bright colors, and maybe she'll go through it. Maybe she won't. Maybe she's just going to take your free gift and that's the end of it. However, when it comes to free gifts, I have a couple of rules. Simple, small, and flat. The reason that you want your gift to be flat is if you are having to mail this, you always want to keep it nice and flat, because lumpy and bumpy means more postage. Typically it means it's heavier. So I really like scent circles. Make sure it's got a label on it. Nice and flat, typically inexpensive. You can buy with Hostess Rewards, or you can buy when they get super cheap on our sales, and you can include that in your packet. I used to give out these nail files, which they no longer have in the family store because I think I bought them all. But if they ever come back, they're great. Small gift, simple, flat. If you are going to be mailing your catalog, I typically have a rule of thumb. If I'm mailing my recruiting packet, I do not mail a catalog. Why? Because they're heavy. Catalogs on their own can cost you anywhere from $1.25 upwards of $2 to ship just a catalog. If you put a catalog in with this big folder plus a scent circle, it's going to cost you upwards of $5 or $6 to ship this packet. You don't want to do that. So don't mail a catalog. The only reason I mail a catalog with my recruiting packet is if the person receiving the recruiting packet has specifically said they want a catalog. Otherwise, if this is not your best friend, it will be. This is a product sheet. It's basically a condensed version of the catalog. It's got every single product that is in our catalog on this one little sheet. They come in tearaway pads, and I use them for everything. Not only do I use them for my recruiting packet, I use them for my scent of the month mailers. I use them when I bag up orders. I stick a product sheet in there. Product sheets are your best friend, guys. If you're going to be mailing out a recruiting packet, you need to put a product sheet in there. Catalog in case of emergency only. The other thing that I like to include in my recruiting packet is one of Candy Hines' files. She and her team, Team Firefly, came up with this Scentsy starter kit on a budget file. This is gold. Whenever you approach a potential recruit about joining Scentsy, one of the things that they say is, I don't have $99 to join Scentsy. And that is a completely legitimate excuse. And it's pretty much the only excuse that I won't try to knock out of the park the first time they bring it up to me. If you try to tell me that you're too busy or you're not a salesperson, I will probably come back at you with a rebuttal. But if you tell me you don't have $99, that is a legitimate excuse. $99 is not chump change, you guys. But I do say, I completely understand with that being a legitimate excuse, but I still would love for you to take this packet. It has a document in there called Scentsy Starter Kit on a Budget, and it has 3 different options to make Scentsy work for you and your family. Take it, show it to your spouse, and see if maybe one of those options could possibly work for you. And so 3 different ways for them to do a Scentsy Starter Kit on a budget. If they follow one of these 3 ideas, they will be able to recoup that expense in 1 to 2 months and potentially start a life-changing business. This is a big deal for a lot of people, and it's something tangible that they can take home and show to their partner and say, I really want to do this. This is how I'm going to do it, and this is my plan. If they spend $99 on this kit and they don't do any of this, obviously they're not going to recoup that expense, but you have given them the tool to make it possible, and if they don't do that, that's on them. The other thing that I love and I feel is underutilized is the resources tab. If you just type join in the resources tab, you're going to get this really neat little PDF file that is beautiful, clean, and grammatically correct, called Top 10 Reasons to Join Scentsy. It's just really cute and it's free. All you have to do is print it out. You can even shrink it down to where it fits on half a page, and then you can print out 2 of them, cut them in half, save on paper. Love this. I also include the Shooting Star Enhancement Kit flyer, just because if I have a recruit that hits Shooting Star, I remind them that this is in their recruiting packet and that it has the Shooting Star flyer, and they can kind of refer back to it as to what is in the Shooting Star kit. Other thing that I always include is a warmer of the month and scent of the month sample. Over here, sorry. Just because we all know that Scentsy is a sensory experience, and if they have never smelled or heard of Scentsy before, you're going to want them to have that sensory experience. So even if she doesn't join your team, she may end up smelling this sample and realizing that it smells completely fantastic, and she'll buy a 6-pack of bars. So you may not get a recruit out of that packet, but maybe you'll get an order. So I always include a scent and warmer of the month flyer. I do have a little sneaky thing that I do to get rid of my recruiting packets. I invested in this little pocket folder. It has little loops on it. And I initially didn't know what I was going to do with this, but then I got the bright idea of getting it embroidered, and it says, "Take one, I'm free." And basically what I do with this is I hang it on the windshield wiper of my rear windshield, and I stuff it with recruiting packets. Sometimes I'll put catalogs. Sometimes I'll put warmer of the month flyers. Sometimes I'll put all 3. And if I am parked somewhere at Target, preschool, grocery store, wherever, I hang this on the back windshield wiper and hope that they're all going to be gone by the time I come back. And sometimes they are. Sometimes I have one missing. Sometimes they're all still there. So it's hit or miss, but I have got orders off of this, and I have had a recruit. Usually it's a text message that says, "Hey, I got a catalog off the back of your car and I want to order." Or, "Hey, I got this folder out of the back of your car and I'm interested and I want to talk more about it." I've never had anybody steal it. It has my website on it, so if somebody does steal it, now they have my website. And I hope they at least order something if they're going to steal my folder. Been using it for about a year, and I've been lucky enough to not have it stolen. So that's basically my recruiting packets in a nutshell. I love to give recruiting packets to basket hostesses because they do my job for me. And then at the end, I basically hand them a recruiting packet, tell them how much I made off their party, and all of a sudden they're really interested in that recruiting packet. So I hope this helps. I hope you are able to make a ton of recruiting packets and get a ton of new recruits. If you have any questions, just email me at scentslavi@gmail.com, scentslavi@gmail.com, or comment below. Thanks again for your time, and we'll talk again soon.